Set up my stuff as well.
Okay, I started recording though, so pressing feces and of course Skype keeps doing this. I hate Skype right now. Pressing start. Now. So, funny story. My channel got found again.
Wow. By who?
I'm not going to say who. I think we have to go to the infirmary to talk to someone.
If they do something, because my computer is being, I mean it's fine, but like my setup is a bit weird. I need to move something. Okay. Back in business.
Okay. Oh, so yeah, there's a cutscene in the infirmary.
Okay, let's go. Is it the one on the left?
The laboratory on the left.
Okay.
Thank you for earlier. Is everyone else all right?
Oh, it's
Thank goodness.
one of those cutscenes. Is it voiced?
I know
Yes, it's voiced, but it's text box.
I want to thank each of them, but I can't leave the ward.
Oh wow, she sure got this nice tattoo, which if you look really, really, really closely, it's not even attached to her skin.
That's a lovely idea, but I think we might get in trouble. Awesome.
I really hate the way they voice those characters. Yeah. It just doesn't work.
You could come by again. You know.
I understand that she's supposed to be this pure character who is sinless or whatever. She's too good for this world. Why does she have this awful disease? She's this genuinely nice but I hate that voice.
Yeah, me too.
But anyway, I'm not going to say the name of who found me, but I'm not going to delete the channel.
Yeah,
this time.
There's gonna be an unlimited loop, like an endless loop. I mean,
actually, the thing is, I'm thinking of also moving a lot of other videos to that channel.
oh.
Because I kind of want to. I want to make my, I guess my main alt channel, the channel where I put all of my serious feces posts. If that makes sense.
Okay.
As in, I almost said that word. For example, the Tokyo Xanadu one. Where I am nearing completion of it. But the problem is I have to capture all of this footage, so that's taking a while.
I see. Oh, what's up, Alisa? I'm still waiting for the Alisa figurine. Speaking of Alisa, still not out. I don't know what's going on, but...
Speaking of figurine, I sure can't wait for a certain one to come out.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I have to make sure that he doesn't break into my house.
Yeah,
that
would be bad. You don't want that to happen.
Yes. But I should be okay. It comes out in a year. I have time to fortify my defenses. Let's see. Do I have pills? What are we fighting?
We ready?
So Hannibal. Okay.
So I hope I can remember the control scheme, because I don't know.
It's been 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, plus jumping from a game to another is sometimes a little bit confusing.
Oh, good science. I've been doing nothing but playing Monster Hunter the past week. I'm gonna be so confused with the controls.
Oh, yeah. So, oh. My god.
Right into the action.
Yeah.
They just kicked us off the helicopter again.
I wish there was an animation for that.
I think that would be really funny. Okay, so we're finally reaching the mission point. There's no time! Jump now! Something, I don't know.
Yeah. It's funny. The thing is dead, right? If there is one.
Look.
Ah!
Up against the fast one. Feces! Okay, so this one's dead.
Okay.
And I just walked into an attack.
Oh. And same for me. I just did the same thing right after he said it.
You were actually, you said you didn't get your message, so I was kind of waiting for you to on Skype. But so I took a shower. I was actually able to take a shower while I was waiting, and I have not done my hair at all, and because my hair is long, it's now over my face, so it's kind of distracting me now.
Wait, where did that thing go?
It's we're going after one of the feces, smaller ones.
Can I say something about Senno Kiseki 4, which is not really a spoiler, but could be considered a spoiler if you're really anal about it?
You know, go ahead. There's nothing for my anime list. That's ruined for me.
But I saw the preview, the first preview video, because they usually put out a few previews in the last month before release, and it kind of kills the suspense, because it basically tells you that things are gonna be fine when you see the end of the trailer.
So, as much as I love Japanese games, I hate their promotional ads. Because there is nothing left open. There are no more surprises in Japanese games anymore, especially if it's a Nintendo.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I was trying to be as vague as I could, but Reen's position at the end of the century, I would assume you do, because you've been spoiled.
He goes 100% cold steel mode.
Yeah, well, supposedly, the idea of the suspense in Sen 4 is, oh my god, is he going to be able to gain control back, blah blah blah, and come back to himself. And then you watch the preview, the promotion video, whatever it's called, and okay, yeah, it's gonna be fine.
I hate that so much.
So the beginning of the video shows, oh my god, we need to kick Reen's ass in order for him to go back to himself, and then a few seconds later, come on, class 7, let's go. And then you see Estelle and Lloyd joining Reen, oh come on, let's go, Reen. So. And
at that point, Lloyd and Estelle take over as the protagonists.
No, that's not. I would prefer that at this point. I was so happy to see Estelle and Lloyd, bro. I don't know, it made me smile to see not just Estelle and Lloyd, Estelle, Joshua, Lloyd, and Ellie. It was the four of them.
Yes.
Oh, so good, so good. I think I'm gonna love the game just because of that. Just because it's basically a big fan service full of Kiseki characters.
But Max, that's Akatsuki no Kiseki. I say that, and I'm remembering this. I'm remembering. Do you remember Sora no Kiseki Kizuna, starring Lloyd Bannings?
Oh yeah. And Alisa in the front. You see Lloyd Bannings in the huge, he's huge, and then Alisa in the foreground, and okay, Sora no Kiseki, sure. What happened with that actually?
I don't know. It's made by some Chinese company.
Oh, do you remember? I mean, it has nothing to do with this, but do you remember when I told you about a God Eater on the smartphones and I found on iOS?
Yes.
It was God Eater Resonant Ops.
Was that the action game or the card game?
I don't know. That I saw the name, so I thought that maybe by telling you the name, you would know what it is.
Yeah, Resonant Ops is the weird card game one.
Okay, so the card game then.
It's because the action game didn't do so well and is shut. I think it either shut down or already shut down.
Oh yeah. Also in the preview, like promotion
Block.
video. Oh shit. In the promotion video of Sen 4, I was trying to block, but I don't know. I forgot the controls. I find it pretty funny. Like there is a fraction of a second where you see Emma trying to help Green gain control of himself by hugging him, and then you see all the Emma fags like, okay, that's a cannon, okay, yeah.
She just hugs him and like, oh, there's cannon and
Yeah.
Anything else happen?
No, nothing. Just, she was trying to, like, she had her yellow eyes or whatever, like she's in witch mode or whatever. And you know how in anime you often get those scenes where someone tries to calm, the hero, which is uncontrollable, whatever, but with a hug. It's a very common type of scene. And that's basically what happened. And like it lasted maybe 0.2 seconds, and like a couple of Emma fans were like, "Man, I'm so glad Rin ends up with best girl." I'm just laughing, thinking, "Really, nigga?" Talk about is that a word in English? Extrapoling?
Extrapolating?
Yeah, extrapolating. Yeah. Talk about extrapolating. And someone replied, like, I was reading the comments. Oh yeah, right. I can't wait for you to play the game and have your dreams crushed because Alisa is gonna get it all as usual. Yeah, Falcom is trying to legitimize Emma a bit more since Sentry. Because, she's a witch, and witches are supposed to be powerful, so when you remove your glasses, you become more powerful.
Block!
Everyone knows that. Right? Oh shit, I unblocked at the wrong time. Oh crap, I'm using way too many pills. But yeah, you know that trope, like, when you remove your glasses, it, like, unlocks your power for some reason?
Yes!
Yeah, that's basically what they're doing with Emma right now, and I was not blocking. I mean, I don't hate her or anything, but she's
just boring.
Yeah, and when I see people say, "Oh, she's my favorite. She's so interesting and stuff," I'm just thinking, what kind of thing do you smoke? Like, I want to know what you're smoking because that must be some good shit.
No. Here's what I'm wondering: why do you self-insert as Reen?
Yeah, too. It's weird.
Self-inserting in games is really. Unless it's one of those make-your-own protagonist games, such as God Eater for one.
Uh-huh.
Unless you're playing God Eater, where you actually block, where you actually make your character. I do not understand self-inserting. It's so dumb. You're not that character. There's empathizing, and then there's. I can understand empathizing with a character, but just
I think I know.
Self-inserting is
Yeah, but I think I know why it happens and how it happens. Because when you take control of a character and go through a journey, you're kind of like putting yourself in, what do you call it, in the point of view of the hero, It's like any RPG, really. Like, RPGs are kind of like, well, they're role-playing games, so you roll, you know what I mean. So some people just take it a little too seriously. I don't know, not seriously. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they kind of go too far into the idea of being that character or whatever you want to call it. like controlling the character. I don't know.
That it just seems so strange to me that you would want. Again, I understand empathizing, but it's one of those things where I realize if I read a book, I know that I am reading a book. My block.
Merde. Shit. I said shit in French. Reflex. Shit is merde in French. What was I saying? Continue.
But whenever I read any media or partake in any media, even with God Eater, I don't self-insert because that's dumb. Block.
I'll say something though. Falcom definitely intended to make this waifu bullshit where you can choose, like, if Rin truly was its own, character, then they would have just had a canon, like forced canon heroine as a love interest, like they used to do, but they don't do it anymore because it's the world is full of waifu fags that see themselves as the hero of the show, they just self-insert. So I think that's why you get choices even for the girls. Like you get this implied canon, and then you don't like it, just choose someone else. And that's so Falcom is kind of guilty of helping for that, I would say. Let's be honest.
I just think self-insertion
it is weird. It is weird and dumb, but that's a thing.
Block.
That is definitely a thing. Like those animes where they create the most transparent, boring, empty character, like really the most neutral character possible, just so the viewers can identify as that character. It's yeah. The trend kind of spawned from this, probably. I mean, I'm calling it a trend, but it's a trend. Whatever. You get my point. But still, I just think it's funny how those fans, whatever you want to call them, go to such extremes as to denying what's in front of them, and you know what I'm saying, like, and just imagining what they want as being canon and that kind of stuff. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's only implied canon, but that's still implied. Yeah,
especially since when you have scenes that are linked to the main plot and not for the other girls, it's kind of obvious. At least Falcom has the decency to still have an implied canon, not like some games that really let you, do whatever the hell you want.
It's better than To Love Ru, where it's never going to end.
Yeah, basically, exactly.
Okay, a little off topic, but speaking of To Love Ru, have you heard of an anime called Yuragi So no Yuna-san or something?
I don't think I have. Wait, I just got like 10 trophies at once. What just happened? So
what did you get?
I don't know, it was too quick, but I saw like quite a few trophies just pop on my screen. Like, what's going on? I got 5, I think 5, at least 5 trophies. I don't know why. I don't know how it happened, but it just happened. I did reinitialize my PS4, so maybe it has something to do with that. I don't know.
Blame does not lie in my safeguards. I was betrayed. Foolish members of our crew fell for the lie that
But
Julius
I already have those trophies, so how would I...
How dare he?
Huh.
Oh, I think I know why. Because you reinitialized your PS4.
Yeah, but my trophy list is still there, and the trophies are in my list, so why would I get those trophies back? Makes no sense to me.
That's a damn lie. I'm the victim here, you bastard.
Like, it's like getting trophies twice. It makes no sense. Like, if I didn't synchronize my trophies, then sure, I understand, because I just reinitialized the system, but I did synchronize my trophies. So
Also, he
it's not supposed to
demands that
happen.
those who contracted the plague be delivered to Friar. Meanwhile,
Uh,
Central Headquarters continues to insist they will refuse the demand. They promise to work quickly to end this standoff.
Yeah, sorry if I'm
Damn
just
it, Julius.
kind of drifting off. I'm
oh, it's fine.
I'm also trying to pay attention to the cutscene.
I'm trying as well, but I don't have any audio, so it's kind of.
Most likely.
I mean, the audio is shit. I
Julius
know.
is
But
offering them a clean
still.
slate. No more plague patients, and an army of faster, smarter Godark soldiers.
Yeah, damn it. Those cowards always think
Why
can
do they call it
sacrifice
the
anyone out of their line of
SAD? I
sight.
forgot.
They're not
Sad.
People like that, they just want to protect
I wonder what it's
themselves.
called in English.
I guess it'll
the
always be that
what?
way.
They call it the SAD. Sad.
Let this happen.
Wait, what they call what the sad?
We were talking about something called the SAD.
Our friend is wrong.
Just
Like
now.
Godark soldiers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with Nana.
The dildo arc. No.
It's SAD. SAD.
Okay.
Soldat.
The,
Soldier.
so,
Soldier is soldat.
something dildos. I don't know.
Here with us.
Super astronomically big dildo. I don't know.
That's alright.
I added one word, but whatever. I couldn't come up.
What I. Okay, new clothes and.
Need some pills again.
So there's new clothes and.
Speaking of shitty audio, I was playing Shenmue, and it's a 20-year-old game with the original audio, and it still sounds better than God Eater.
Really now?
In my opinion,
because
it does.
I watched Digital Foundry's video and I thought, I listened to it and I thought, oh wow, that audio is bad. I'm not surprised, but I didn't. But it sounded bad to me. But
All things considered.
it sounds better than God Eaters.
Yeah, because let me explain why I'm saying that. The music, for one, is in full-blown quality. The voice acting is bad because, well, it was recorded in a very compressed format. But only the voices are compressed, and I would say they are pretty much as compressed as the God Eater cutscenes. So if you consider the fact that the audio of the music is fine, that kind of makes it better than God Eater. Because the entire audio in cutscenes.
So I think you have to talk to Dr. Sakaki and Yuno in the infirmary. I think. Yep. When will we get the mission so we can just upgrade our stuff already? You there?
For fuck's sakes, my audio box just crashed. I'm pissed. I have to restart my recording, I think. Let's see.
Oh, this is what happened last time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll just use the reference audio again. Because I just can't stand this. I don't know what's going on with that.
Anyway, so you have to go to the infirmary and talk to Dr. Sakaki and Yuno.
Okay, is it on the right or on the left?
Left.
Okay. Okay. Where's Yuno?
So, not really a funny story, but I have no idea why. I just think it's sort of strange. So, the scythe weapon in this game is called the Variant Scythe.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was doing the character episodes, I noticed this. Gilbert, the hipster wearing purple,
Oh yeah.
he calls it the Valiant Scythe
Huh.
in voice acting.
Huh.
But I think the text still said Variant.
Huh. That's weird. I'm trying to talk to. Okay.
You know, I know that this is really strange to ask, but I just remembered this because I'm looking at Fran
Oh,
here in the front entrance, and she's wearing red shoes. Please tell me that Elisa wears different colored shoes in Sen 3 and 4, because I hated her shoes in Sen 2.
quite honestly, I didn't see her shoes, despite the fact that I played as much as I could with her. So, all I see is like a bright white outfit. So,
I know that I've seen images of her in her full outfit, but I generally don't really pay attention to the feet.
same. So, yeah.
The only time I ever pay attention to the feet is when I see bright red shoes, because for some reason I hate red shoes. I know it's something very strange to be angry about, but I just hate it. It looks ugly. Red shoes just look ugly to me.
Place was probably full of life.
At this point, I'm just wondering how Falcon is going to organize the plot of Sen 4 with that many characters coming from all over the place.
You see, what's going to happen is that the Calvard arc, which will take place after, which will come out after Sen 4, it's going to take place again in Calvard, and it'll take place during Sen 3 and 4.
Like they did with Owl and Sen 1 and 2.
Yes.
You know what? That would not surprise me at all. Really. Falcon is like that.
Oh no, actually no. It'll be a prequel.
Oh yeah, a prequel happening in whatever year before Sodom and Kiseki. Or somewhere in Calvard, 1202. And then we're back to the beginning.
We're back to the beginning, and then we see Estelle as a child.
Yeah.
We're making a cameo.
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, at this point, Falcom is kind of forced to go forward and, you know, proceed to continue the plot. Cause, yeah.
I'm just sick of giant robots.
Yeah. I mean, Calvard is probably going to be a lot less technologically, I wouldn't say advanced, but you know, they're not gonna have as much of an emphasis on technology, I would say. I don't know, could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking.
I could be remembering incorrectly, but I think I remember Calvard's forte of Orbman technology being vehicles?
I don't know. I don't think so, but
I may be remembering incorrectly.
because
this was when I played Sen 1 and 2, I think.
because in Aono Kiseki it's not a spoiler, it's barely like it's just a really small detail. They say that Zai's Central Factory makes like really good cars, and that Erebonia has the best trains in the world, like the fastest, most advanced trains and stuff. So, and you know, Liberl has the best airships, like, you know. So I don't know. I don't know. But they do talk about it, so. If Calvert also had like good transportation, then that would be kind of weird, and that would be everybody's specialty, I guess.
So I just thought of something. So you know how in Japan there are train otaku?
Oh yeah.
So I'm surprised that there has at least I've in Sin 1 2, because again I've talked to every single NPC because I'm a crazy person. But I'm surprised there were no train otaku NPCs. Or at least not a regular one. I'm sure there was one or two NPCs that were talking about the train specs and how amazing they were, but I don't remember there being a dedicated character for that.
Yeah. One thing that's kind of awesome in my opinion is the fact that basically at the end of Sen 4, everybody will know each other, like all the protagonists, and like they will all know each other as friends or whatever. I don't know, I think it's kind of neat to see them all meeting each other, I guess. It has I don't know, seeing them cooperating, it's something nice. Man, that's going to be a busy time for me once Sen 4 comes out.
So it just kind of made me remember something. So this has to do with so the game Fairy Friends for F Advent Dark Force, you can have a lot of characters out at once.
Yeah, you can play with six party members in fight, I think.
So I'm just kind of hoping for a day where we just I know it would make battles really long and annoying, but this is one thing I've always kind of hated about the Kiseki series, where you'll get a lot of playable characters, but you can only really bring out 6.
Yeah.
I mean, with Sen? No, even with Sen 1 and 2, you could only really bring out. You could only bring 6, 4 main, and then 2 sub.
Yeah.
With some exceptions, but you know, sometimes you could bring 8, but for the most part you can only bring 2. And I'm thinking, why? Would there not be some situations where it would be good to have as many playable characters available all at once,
yeah.
even in the plot?
Yeah, I agree. It's a little bit annoying. Speaking of Fairy Friends F Advent Dark Force, I never finished it. Like,
I want to play it because I've heard it's good for a compile heart game.
Yeah, honestly, Fairy Friends F is, as a whole, is my favorite compile heart game or series. You know, it's not really a series, but it kind of is at the same time.
But,
I mean,
well, it was kind of the second one was kind of a reboot.
Yeah, but you do have multiple like options. I guess you can now have you can take sides, like you can be basically the bad guy.
They finally added in a Dark God route,
And
which they were kind of hinting at in the original game, but instead of having a Dark God route, it was just, oh, you fight a facet of the Dark God.
But what is the name of the girl? What's her name? The gothic girl again?
Ethel?
Yeah. Well, no, not her. The one. She kind of has a gothic dress, I think.
Are you talking about the one that was a villain?
Yeah.
I cannot remember because again, I've only played.
I don't know. Wasn't it something like Mario Bell or something? I don't know. But
Mariette. I can't remember.
yeah, but you can basically end up with her. Yeah, I've seen it. You can basically pick her side and.
I've seen screenshots of that. So.
Yeah, it's kind of neat actually. I kind of like it. I don't know. I don't think you become evil per se, because something in the plot probably comes up that makes it so like you're still not really evil, but yeah, that's still pretty neat, I think. It also gets very dark. I heard like lots of people die, like people from your party, like that you would have if you were playing like the normal routes. You know what I'm saying? Like all your friends you make along the way, like those will actually die, whatever. I don't know. That's what I heard. Not all of them, but some of them.
Because we're now talking about Fairy Fencer F now. I'm remembering. I cannot remember his name, but he had the MILF. He had the MILF fairy.
Oh, the blonde guy. What's his name? The stupid blonde.
I can't remember, but I remember how he was a Brooklyn Canadian.
Oh yeah.
He had this weird accent that you'd only hear in Canada, eh? And he even said "eh." And the thing is, there are Canadians that have told me we don't say "eh" in Canada. That's a stereotype. Negro, I have cousins who live in Canada, and they actually do the "eh" thing.
That's funny. Let me try to remember his name. I think I almost have it, but oh no, I forgot. No, it's not coming back. Shit. Also, you know what's pointless? One thing that I don't like about Advent Dark Force, you basically get alternate endings for Aline and Tiara, and you'd think it would add something, but no, it's basically the same endings, but kind of a little bit different. So it doesn't really have a purpose whatsoever. It's same deal. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so similar to the original endings that I really do not see the point in trying to get them. Really. Also, it's a grind fest.
I'd imagine the original Fairy Fencer F was already pretty grindy, especially with side quests.
But I heard that if you want to do like those special routes that they added, like you have to fight a boss that is like ridiculously high level. I forgot the level, but it's like so insane. You need to spend hours and hours and hours and hours just trying to grind just so you can beat it. It's a bit of a shame, really. I need to go back to it though. I kind of want to get those alternate endings, because so far I only got Aline and Tiara the same endings as the original game in Advent Dark Force. So I still finished, I guess in theory, like I kind of finished the game because I got some endings. I got 2 endings, but it's still the same endings as the original game.
Okay, again, this is also out of... this is off topic, but the X-Bone is getting one less no-game.
Ah!
It's getting an MMORPG made by some studio called NeoWiz and Bandai Namco.
Huh.
But you want to know what the problem is with this MMORPG that they're helping, that they're developing or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
So, the same company that made this MMORPG made another MMORPG called... Okay, so this new MMORPG is called Bless Unleashed. The same company made another MMORPG called Bless Online, which was terrible. It failed. It failed in Japan, it failed in Korea, it failed in Russia, and it was huge. It was a huge failure in Burgerland. And now they're making a new MMORPG called Bless Unleashed. Okay, so at first I thought it was a different studio. But that picked this awful name, because why would you ever name your why would you ever name a game very similarly to a game that bombed hard? and then someone pointed out to me, no, it's the same developer. And I'm thinking, the game that you're most famous for is famous because it was a failure in 4 different countries. Why would you name your new MMORPG similarly to your failed game?
Oh man. Also, what's funny, I just thought about this because of the release of Shenmue 1 and 2 on PS4 and Xbone and stuff. It's funny how in Japan they didn't even bother releasing it on Xbone. Like, it's only on PS4. And honestly, they do it a lot. Like, I've been noticing, like, when a game comes out on multiple platforms here, in Japan, it's only on PS4 or Switch. But the Xbone doesn't get anything.
No, it's funny we talk about this because this week in Japanese sales, Xbone sold a whole 30 units.
Oh man, I'm thinking about the numbers right now because I've been seeing. Apparently, Sony released a number saying that they either shipped or sold, I'm not sure, like more than 80 million PS4s to this day. And Microsoft refuses to release numbers for the Xbox One. And the last time we got a number was 30 million, I think. 31 million Xbox Ones. So, yeah.
By the way, we have to go to the infirmary again. Wait. Do we have to go to the infirmary? It said something about Dr. Sakaki.
Huh. Where is Sakaki?
Oh no, we have to go to Dr. Sakaki. He's in the middle. I will say this about the Xbone though. There is one good thing about having a completely dead console.
What is it?
Usually the online is a pretty chill place.
Oh, yeah.
But that's all that's going for it. Again, with PC, because everyone owns a PC, because there are just so many people using PCs, PC gamers just defecate all over everything.
Mm-hmm.
PS4, it's slowly getting worse.
Yeah.
But Xbone, I've actually played with people on Xbone because my friend Osrel owns an Xbone.
Wow.
He owns all the systems. He owns multiple. But anyway. I've played with a few people on Xbone. They're generally they're pretty relaxed. I mean, they're dude bros, but still.
Yeah.
Everyone's moved on to the PS4.
Yeah, I know. And you can really see the I guess the results of it all when I see contests, like for example, like some YouTubers were making some videos about, I'm opening a contest to win Shenmue 1 and 2 copies for PS4 and Xbox One. Just put the system you want in the comments. And you read the comments, it's like PS4, Xbox One, PS4. And you see like, I don't know, like 20 PS4s and then one Xbox One every time. It's, you kind of see...
And then you see that one contrarian console port beggar that says, I want it for the Switch.
Yeah, exactly. That's so true, though. I saw someone, I'm not joking, in the Zen 4 preview promotion video, someone was complaining about it not being on the Switch. I am not joking. Someone was saying, now with the Switch, I see no excuse not to put it out on the Switch. The Switch is no... Shut up.
To be fair, it's not like the game is that graphically intensive.
You would be surprised. Like Ys 8 was so dumbed down on the Switch, like textures and.
But Ys 8 had animations.
Yeah, but Zen 4, 3 and 4 animation sucks, but the graphics are pretty good. You would be surprised. I'm pretty sure the Switch would not be able to handle it at 60 frames per second like the PS4 does.
What about 30?
30, maybe. Maybe 30. Sure.
Because
but it honestly... will be a downgraded version, especially textures. What I'm sure about is if you want it on the Switch, you have to downgrade the textures and the resolution and the frame rate.
I'm sure. I mean, potential. I could see it running on the Switch at 720p, 30 FPS, downgraded textures.
Yeah, same. In that case, yeah.
But I mean, East 8, I can really understand the downgrade, especially because it doesn't run so well. But to me, East 8 on the Switch doesn't really make sense because that actually had animations and effects.
Yeah.
But at least Sen 3, from what I've seen, doesn't really have a lot of effects.
No, it doesn't.
That would be, but even if it was on Switch, I'd imagine it would still need to be downgraded, running at 30 FPS.
Yeah. Honestly, the Switch is a pretty poor system when it comes to abilities. Like, I'm really not a PC Master Race guy. I don't care about having the, I want my games to run at, 120 frames per second, 4K at minimum. No, I don't give a shit, but I at least want something kind of decent. And my problem with the Switch is that everything has to be so downgraded that even me, which is like pretty much legally blind, I can see the difference significantly. And for a system that barely came out like what, a year and a half, 2 years ago, it's kind of a problem. But that's just a side note though, because I'm not against things being released on the Switch at all. What I'm thinking is just the amount of saltiness and just the Switch is selling well, but the install base is nowhere near as big as the PS4,
At least on a global level.
Yeah, on a global level, yeah. I mean, again, it's doing well. I'm not saying it's doing badly. It's doing very well. I'm just saying that the Switch is too young, I guess. Maybe. And at the same time, it might be young, but at the same time, it's not really, it's massively underpowered.
So I just thought of something. You know how Nintendo is pushing this virtual console where if you pay 20 USDs a year, you get to play a whole 20 Nintendo Entertainment System games, and it gets online functionality too.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking, so they're not going to do Virtual Console. They're probably just going to do this thing where you pay 20 USDs a year and you get unlimited access to whatever games, somewhat like, I said that word again, similar to PlayStation Plus, where you usually get to download games.
Yeah.
And you get to keep them as long as you have the system. You have the
subscription.
Yeah, the subscription. So I'm thinking, put some GameCube games there. Put some GameCube games on the Switch. Put some Dreamcast games. Let's get Fancy Star Online. Come on.
I find it very funny that Nintendo is trying to kill ROM distribution by suing people, but at the same time they're not doing any efforts to preserve the software.
So this is there's this guy whose videos I watch called Jim Sterling, and he made a point about he wouldn't mind Nintendo taking down all of these ROM sites. But the problem is, and he would gladly buy a lot of these games that he wants, but the problem with Nintendo is that not only do they make a lot of these games that people would gladly buy and pay for legally unavailable, they also price them at ridiculously high prices. For example, would you pay 5 USDs for a digital copy of a Nintendo game? Or a Super Nintendo game?
Yeah.
A digital copy, 5 USDs.
Yeah, it's kind of expensive, actually, in my opinion.
I'd pay 2 or 3, but 5, no. The games have been out for so long, I could probably get them cheaper off eBay than Nintendo.
Yeah, true. I think it's too expensive. In fact, I was so bored when I bought my Switch last year. I wanted something to play and I didn't have much, so I bought, the Super Mario NES game that they put on the store. Yeah, it was expensive. I think it was $7 or €8. I mean, yeah, that's just ridiculously expensive. I mean, Mario was like the most readily available game on the NES. Like, when I was a kid, someone gave me an NES, a friend that had 2 NES, and he gave me one with plenty of games for free, and I think I had like 2 or 3 copies of Super Mario in that lot. So I know that that game was so popular that you can find it for nothing. Really.
Here's the thing. That Super Mario Brothers was sold along with
Duck
the
Hunt.
NES.
And also, it had Duck Hunt, like on the cartridge, I think.
If you bought an NES, it would come with either Mario, Duck Hunt, or
Both.
or something else. Yeah, both.
And if they're selling that game for like a ridiculous price, really, like it's really. I mean, this is a capitalist society, and some people say, yeah, but they put the price they think is the right price, and you have nothing to say, and you should pay because pirating is bad, blah blah blah.
I hate the I know we've talked about this when we've talked about Crunchyroll. I hate the appeal to morality. Yes, it's good to be a moral person, but you want to know what morals don't do sometimes? So it's you can't live your life a completely moral person. You need to be pragmatic.
Yeah.
Why? Again, why would I pay 5 USDs for a game that's been out for over 20 years when that money can be used to buy me food that I can use to survive?
Mhm. Yeah.
Again, it's sort of similar to the whole PC thing. People buy games on PC because everyone owns a PC, and so if you can, and because of all of those sales on PC, then they can get it cheaper for themselves instead of. I just think it's so dumb.
Yeah.
And here, I mean, again, here's what I think Nintendo should do. I think they should hold a monthly. I'm dead. I think they should hold polls regularly, monthly, quarterly, whatever, where people can vote on 10 games out of an entire library, out of an entire system's library. And whatever wins these polls will get priority for being put on the virtual console or something.
Yeah, I'm right up under the monster. I'm scared of waking up, but whatever. I'll just try. Man, these things are not giving me a break at all.
I just made a horrible mistake.
And are these things ever gonna die?
At some point?
Because really, it seems like it has a lot of HP. My stomach hurts for some reason. It's kind of weird.
But honestly, I would pay so much money to get Phantasy Star Online on the Switch. You can do it! I mean, come on! Do it! I know so many people that would want to play Phantasy Star Online on the Switch. Yeah, I know it's a meme to think, well, this game should be on the Switch. Phantasy Star Online's old. It's a GameCube game. It's a Dreamcast game. You put it on the Switch. You know, along with the online functionality and official servers.
Yeah.
Do it. I'd pay money. I think it'd be fun to play that on the go.
Yeah, it would.
That thing ran on a 56 kilobyte modem.
True. Oh.
I could easily run that PC. I could use my phone's internet signal for my Switch and then play that on the go. I knew it. Oh, okay, I'm joking, but I wouldn't drop out of college like I did secondary school for it.
Honestly, I know companies can be really stupid, and Nintendo is not really. I mean, Sega is pulling their heads out of their asses, which is very good, but unfortunately, the same cannot be said for everybody.
I just unloaded all of my bullets on, and I can hold a lot of bullets, and this thing is still not dead.
I used all of my pills. Alright. This is great.
Okay, I guess that means I'm on heal duty. Okay, one of them is dead.
Oh. Great. And I get hit by something I didn't even see what it was.
Oh, this thing fired a missile.
I don't want to shoot, goddammit, I want to eat it. Speaking of shooting, I was thinking back to the video you sent me earlier.
1776 will recommence, something like that.
Yeah.
That guy's crazy.
I don't know what TV show it was, but they started off with this messed up stuff that happened in India to guns.
Those men raped that woman with an iron rod.
Yeah.
That was CNN. It's a Burgerland news station.
Okay, because I heard of that story this time. It's just, I was like, okay, what's that? So, what was his point with guns again?
That you can't ban weaponry because people will always find ways to do messed up stuff.
Of course, but you can actually control it so that it happens less. And that is a fact. Like, go look, how many shootings do we get in Europe? And school shootings. Go check, and compare it to the United States.
Okay, here's the thing. How many people do you think would die from iron rod attacks versus school shooting versus a gun attack? Wow, people sure die a lot every day from iron rod attacks.
In their asses or something.
Just last week, 17 females got raped with iron rods. We need iron rod control. Oh, it's finally done.
Oh, nice. But yeah, I mean, you know, if you restrict the access to guns, it's obviously going to be more difficult for people to, you know, shoot crowds and stuff. Because, of course, you will never be able to prevent all crimes, but you can dissuade people from doing it. That's one thing.
I just thought of you say dissuade, and I just thought of something kind of awful.
What is it?
Government, you didn't commit any violent crimes. Payments. People get paid for not committing violent crime.
Oh wow!
Every year, people get a couple of thousand USDs, but they need to have a nice clean record.
Yeah. That's where we're going to end up with as a system. I'm just joking, but yeah.
It's actually kind of based on a My Anime List joke called Tendies.
Because I remember someone was playing Shenmue and it made me chuckle a little bit. Like, you know, the first scene you see is Rio's father like being killed by a man like with kung fu or whatever, and then the guy's like, "This is what the Second Amendment is for," you know, because you know the guy is coming, so you pull out the gun and kill the guy. And I'm just thinking, Okay.
Okay, what that cutscene should have been about is about banning kung fu lessons.
Oh my god.
So Julius wanted to kill a few to save many. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't care. It's Julius. He's a man. So, Kota, what time's your mother gonna be home tonight?
Could you imagine the game like Shenmue, but instead of always wanting revenge for your father getting killed by someone with kung fu, it's always guns, like people shoot each other all the time. Like everybody like pulls out guns at every problem.
If I told you there was an origami that was more like a human, would you believe me? No.
Oh yeah, Shio.
Kota, why are you telling me this? I already know it. I'm the same guy. Not real. Well, not in story, but...
Yeah.
So, actually a new God Eater character was revealed, and she looks... okay.
She looks okay, yeah.
Have you seen the article?
No, I haven't, but...
Lulu. I'll send you an image. She looks... Why?
Oh, okay. That doesn't sound good at all.
So, I'm just gonna send it to you through Skype. I don't know if you'll be able to get it soon, but...
Let's see. I'm gonna check it out real quick, just because. Why not?
I don't... She has gigantic leg warmers and wears red high-heeled shoes!
Ah, okay.
The drawing makes her look more attractive than she has a 3D model, and the 3D model looks worse.
Okay, there's yeah, I see.
So,
Where is my...
I think we're reaching the near the end of the first arc. Okay, so we have to go talk to Yuno and Asuna.
Asuna, what an unfortunate name. Don't you think?
She shows up in God Eater 3 and she looks exactly exactly like Asuna from Sword Art Online. I can never get away from that word.
Is it enough just to talk to them?
Yes, just talk to them.
Okay.
Okay, I'm bringing Alyssa on the trip.
Nice. Oh, sorry. I'm kind of tired for some reason.
I think this will definitely be the last one.
Nice. Because I'm kind of tired, to be honest. Also, I have a feeling my phone is going to ring in not too long. If you know what I'm saying.
Honestly, I'm also kind of tired too. I just realized I had Firefox open.
Oh, you use
Which
Firefox?
Yes, and I have 1,400 tabs open.
I saw on Twitter, I don't know who posted it, but I just saw it like while quickly checking out my phone when I was out. Someone making a comic about Internet Explorer. Have you seen that?
Oh, Merryweathery, that guy.
Yeah,
I follow him on Chirper.
It's actually pretty well drawn. I kind of like it. it makes you pity.
That guy,
It makes
that
you
guy
pity.
draws 50 web comics at once. I'm not joking.
Wow. Oh,
Well, 50 is an exaggeration, but he draws a lot of different web comics all at once.
where did you go? Because I wasn't paying attention and then... Okay, I'm seeing names popping up. But yeah, I just love it how it's really making you feel bad about Internet Explorer. You know, like, oh, user, awesome, oh, wanna do that, and then downloads Chrome. And then she's all sad. Oh.
But the artist for that draws so many different web comics. He's doing this one that about an MMO called Winter Moon. He does Nyarla, this one about this cat girl Cthulhu character thing. I don't know. He's doing this. I can't remember.
I like his drawing.
He's drawing a webcomic for Lost Paws.
Wow. Lost Paws.
This guy is all over the place, and not in a bad way or anything, but it's impressive.
It is. I mean, I do like his drawings. Actually, it's not that often that I like. I mean, it's very simple but well designed. I would say. I kind of like it. But yeah, like, oh, what's up, Firefox? Who's that old tag? Like Internet Explorer is trying to, I don't know, make friends or something. Oh, it's nothing, it's just an old tag. An old tag. For some reason I can't pronounce, like,
Oh, feces,
Okay, for a second I thought my audio went out again because I was not hearing you talk. I was kind of panicking for a sec because, you know, I'm having issues with the audio box for some reason. I was reading the tweets in at the bottom, like, you know, kind of like comments, and someone saying, "Oh, good job! Now I'm feeling bad about not using Internet Explorer."
There's nothing to feel bad about. She's a cheap $2 harlot. her pimp. She's pimped out by Microsoft. I don't know.
That's, I kind of like this. We call it moe anthropomorphism. I kind of like the idea, like, I don't know, personifying Windows, like all different Windows OSs, you know, like from all periods.
Oh, I remember that. There was it was really popular over a decade ago. Before the word meme became popular.
And my favorite was actually Windows Millennium Edition because she was like...
so you also remember the OS Tons?
Yeah, I do. And she was, I believe, a maid with green hair and very, you know, what do you call it in English? I can't think straight. I know the word, but very, you know, clumsy, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause
I think the word is dojiko or something.
And you know, she's always doing mistakes and all of that. Because Millennium Edition, I had it, so I know it's true. This is an OS that would crash all the time. You know, people don't realize, like, especially the younger ones, they don't realize how easy they have it today. Because Windows was not as docile back in the day. Definitely not. Windows was a pain back in the day. It was. It wasn't as stable as it is now. I'm sure you know as well, but random crashes and bugs and...
Well, the thing with me is I never really... My first OS was Windows 98.
Oh.
But I was not a computer user. I would not have identified as a computer user until the Windows XP era.
I see. Me, I guess I had no choice. I always had a thing for computers, but since all I had was a crappy computer with Windows Millennium Edition, that's what I would mess around with. And I had a friend that had Windows 98 still at that time, but he was a very good computer user for the time. Like he knew like all types of coding and stuff, and he was able to create full-fledged internet websites and all that stuff, and at a very young age. And I would always learn from him back in the day, but I forgot everything. And it's useless anyway nowadays, because it's not the same. We don't use the same things anymore.
No one uses HTML anymore.
Yeah.
Everyone uses CSS.
And the guy would just spend his time creating websites and all that stuff, and messing around with, I don't know, pretty deep stuff actually, especially for a kid. Me, I would just do what I can do on my computer. And when I discovered the internet, for me it was like, oh my god! I don't know if you had that feeling in your life when you first
discovered the internet. Oh,
yeah.
I remember the feeling. Now I can watch anime on something other than than videotapes.
Yeah, for me, all my friends, the first thing they ever done, guess what it was when they had internet?
They downloaded music.
Porn.
You know, I knew you were going to say that, but I did not want to go for the easy target.
Yeah, it was porn.
But honestly, when I first got the internet, I was first thing I did not even know porn was a thing until I mean I knew what sex was and all of that stuff. My father had tapes lying around in the open, but it's just I was more interested in. I have no idea. I was never really interested in porn until I found hentai.
But it's, you know, I remember like being blown away because you could always keep talking to your friends online and, you know, download music, have access to all kinds of things. That was pretty amazing. I really did that. Am I dead? No, I'm not dead.
Surprisingly not. They have not been targeting you.
That's amazing. And now that I start moving...
Oh, now they target you!
Now that I start moving, they target me. That's amazing. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't know, the feeling of having access to all of those things, and I don't know, that was something no one is ever gonna experience nowadays because it's the norm, but yeah.
What I hated was when Facebox started becoming popular.
That was way later though. Like
I know, but but that was when the normal fags attacked.
oh yeah, indeed.
That's when using the internet was not a nerdy or geeky thing. Everyone did it, and then everyone acted like they knew how the internet worked, and then people started giving away their identities online instead of staying anonymous or just using a username.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Giving out personal information was probably the worst thing that happened to the internet.
I think it's even worse because with Facebook and all of that, everybody thought it was okay to share their entire life, like daily life, in pictures.
One of them is dead.
You know, in pictures and stuff, and I honestly think it's bullshit, it's wrong. Like doing that is, it's not about being right or wrong, I just think it's stupid, basically. Like, I used to have a colleague, when I was working at the army. She had a child way later, and basically from the birth of the child onward, she would post every day the daily life of her child on Facebook. And I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Like, everybody could see everything. So could you imagine that child's gonna grow up and, oh yeah, we know everything about you, we've seen everything, you know, everything embarrassing about you. It was all on social media, everyone saw it, and it's still up today. Yeah, nice.
That reminds me of this one image that Jayless posted, where grandmothers today. Oh, I have a picture of children today. Hey, Grandma, I found a picture of you when you were 18 or 20, and it's just a normal picture of just a portrait picture. And then 80 years from now, hey, Grandpa, I found a picture of you 60 years ago, and then it's him dressed as a trap. All of the embarrassing images immortalized.
Yeah, it's just it's like everybody posting pictures of their meals, and I'm eating this today. I don't give a shit what you're eating, really. I just don't. Why do people? I don't know. Why are people doing that? It just beats me. Like posting every little thing you do, like as if they were all like stars or something. Like, oh, I'm a celebrity. Everybody dies to know what I'm doing. I need to post it quick. No.
I mean, I'm fairly guilty of that on my own Sherper.
Yeah, but there's a difference between sharing your passions and, you know, like, if you're, for example, a food nerd, okay? So let's say you love to cook, and if you want to share your creations, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to share your passion maybe with other people that share the same passion, right? But if all you do is just post your daily life thinking that everybody dies to know what you're doing, that's a different thing entirely.
Great work, everyone.
Don't you think?
Yeah, it's...
what is next? Oh, I took a huge shit. Do you want to... Yeah, here's the picture of
You
my
know,
shit. Like,
that reminds me. So when I first made myself a chirper, because I was never really into social media, especially before playing Neptunia. I made a joke in my Let's Plays where I said if I ever had a social media, the only thing I would do with it is post whenever I took a dump. My first 10 chirps were day, time, I took a dump.
but you get what I'm saying? Like, who gives a damn?
I know. Yes, I understand.
And that's why I really despise social media, because there's nothing wrong in wanting to share passions between people, you know. That's a different thing, but I don't know, man. And these things could follow you until you die. Like, if you post stuff and regret it afterwards, then tough shit, because people can just take screen caps and stuff and immortalize your failures and mess ups. Right?
I know. I mean, look at what I'm doing with Warhammer 29.
This guy's gonna regret. He's gonna regret too.
I mean, come on. Okay. I mean, I'm not stalking the guy, but I just every now and then I'm scrolling through Chirper and I'll just see his stuff and he's chirping the most insane bull feces.
Does he know about
and
the Chirper?
especially that, yeah, I was so angry at, or, you know, I'm tired of the Neptunia series. I sold off or given away some of my games, except in the case of Victory, where I just cracked those games in half, and everyone laughed at him.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
He ripped the CDs in half. I mean, the Blu-rays, whatever.
Anyway, I think this is a good place to end.
Yeah.
戦えファルコムジャーザナゾーの正義のために決めポーズよゴーファイトミシシ